Hey, there you go. Another Winterbottom Stakes in the bag for Overpass and Bjorn.
4 from 4. Who was I to doubt him?
Who was I?
Yeah. Look, there was a big slice of humble pie served up to your boy yesterday. My head was getting too big. I was getting too big for my boots. Had a good spring. Thought I was better than everyone else.
I feel like you need a break. I feel like we both need a break. Maybe that's it.
Maybe that's it. I just nowhere near the mark. Like, there's a few placings in there. Don't get me wrong, but just nowhere near the mark. With some that I thought were, like, I thought Tuvalu and Townsend were like not Morales, but I was like, I'm prepared to have a bet on those two.
Yeah, Townsend, not really your fault. Stepped slow.
Yeah.
He finished off okay.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Tuvalu. I got... Sometimes when everyone is on something, it just pans out that way, right?
Yeah.
Personally, I never had that feeling about him. I'm like, yeah, he'll probably run well, but I'm at that price. I'm not that interested.
Yeah. Oh well. You build a bridge.
Exactly, mate. And when it's your podcast, mate, you can do whatever you want.
That is true. It's mine.
Yeah.
That's actually, I feel so much better.
I saw this on X or Twitter last night, right? Overpass back to back in the Winterbottom Stakes. This is Jeremy Bullock. Lucky Tips 6, if you want to follow. Perth Racing. Ascot out of the car park, got over outside leader, kicked outside leader centre, kicked clear, turning into the straight. Grows another leg in the west. Mahaba for Graham Begg. Back massive performance runner-up. I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Graham Begg has seen this and he's replied. How about our jockey called out when he wasn't ready? And then they've opened the fucking gates on him.
You're kidding.
No. So as a punter seeing that, who had a healthy bet on Mahaba.
So did I.
I was fuming at that.
You're kidding me.
You got to be better than that.
You have
it's like,
to.
all right, does he beat him? I don't know, but...
Geez, he rocketed home. He lost by less than a length.
Exactly, and he missed it by 2 or 3. Fuming. I'm absolutely livid at that. So that's a tough beat because he's not settling third last in that field.
No.
He's settling, and who knows if because he's settled back there, he probably finishes off a little bit better. But he's shown that he does have a good turn of foot wherever he can sit in the run. Yeah. Fuming.
Yeah, it just wasn't meant to be. Like when Private Eye brains him over 1,500 metres by how many lengths? Like, it's just...
One of those days.
It's just one of those days. But Overpass, look, take nothing away from him. He grows a leg in the west, like old mate said.
And
he's
the market
4
spanked him. His backside. I think it was about, 380 when we were doing it on Wednesday? Started... Well, this is saying 320, but...
He got into twos in other markets, like
Totes.
280s, 290s. They loved him.
Yeah.
They loved him. Who was the big disappointment out of that race? Not really anyone, was there?
No, it's like...
Where did Western Empire finish?
Like, he was back into 9th,
Yeah.
but he was beaten 4 lengths. Like, it's a very condensed finish.
When you see a condensed finish in a sprint race like that, I'm like, oh.
At Wait for Ages in
I'm like,
particular.
Particularly when half the field was like triple figures.
Yeah.
Stinky poo-poo.
Yeah. And so I saw somewhere Graham Begg outlining what the prep is for Mahaba in the autumn. Basically, grand final is going to be the Newmarket.
Yep.
Good grand final for him.
Yep.
But I was also thinking about this as well, and it goes back to the pattern. So this is a Group 1 race, and I would imagine, given it's a Wait for Age Group 1 as well, it would get treated as such as if you were winning a TJ Smith, right? Mm-hmm. So at a handicap scale, are you better? It shouldn't be a like-for-like comparison, I don't think.
No.
So that's where you kind of have this overarching view on the pattern as well. It's like if you want these epic Newmarket handicap races again, like they used to be, or these handicap sprints or handicap races in general, these second tier Group 1s are taking away from those races in particular.
Yeah.
So it's
Absolutely
like Mahaba will still get a penalty for running second in this race. I would imagine. It would probably be like minimal. But his rating will definitely increase, I'd imagine.
Yeah, for sure. And then, could that be the difference between him running a bolter in the Newmarket? If he's got an extra kilo there that he probably wouldn't have if he didn't run in that race. It's a good point you make. But at the same time, like, he nearly won. And then you're looking at a horse he's got a Group 1 against his name, and the connections have a Group 1. So, yeah, you're right. But we know as punters that not all Group 1s are created equal. We know that. And as enthusiasts of the great game, like, they're not weighted the same in our views, but yeah, on paper they are. It doesn't make any sense. And then you've got other races, like all these pop-up races where your horse can win. It's not going to really impact their handicap because the race isn't. It's not even a black type. It's just a pop-up race for the most part. So yeah, it's flawed. And then you've got like pretty much every major racing jurisdiction posting losses, like significant losses this year. Yet the prize money has been going up. It's like, well, come on, guys. Like, this doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, Racing New South Wales was the only one to turn a profit, right?
Yeah. It wasn't much.
No.
It was not much.
Yeah. I think Racing Queensland was the worst, or was it WA?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Racing Queensland was a significant loss.
Yeah. So yeah, you just gotta ask some questions. What's going on? Who's running the show? The big wigs. Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, Overpass was passed in from us, but sure.
Yeah.
If you got the 320, congratulations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Mahaba was nearing $3 to place in that race. So I was very bullish on him. Yeah. Bit annoyed, but
it is what it is.
That's what happens.
It is what it is.
Other key, let's go to Caulfield then. Not great reading for the victim.
No, not at all.
But that's okay. The Doverton Stakes won by Gaza Blanca. This field was absolutely tarnished from scratchings as well.
Yeah, guess who got on this our time? The victim.
Oh, no.
After Fancify was scratched, which I was very keen on Fancify, but probably wouldn't have done anything based on my record, based on the victim's record yesterday. Yeah, this...
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Gaza,
Gaza,
perennial place getter once upon a time, but he's putting it together, Gaza Blanca, which is good. Now, the Sandown Guinea is probably the feature, apart from the Zipping Classic, of course, at Caulfield. 1,600 metres Group 2 for the 3-year-old. Set weights. I was very keen on Snitsanova, and she was 3 wide without cover from the 1,200 metres.
Yeah, it was a good win.
She's gutsy.
Good win.
I think she's pretty good because I don't think she is as affected on rain-affected ground either.
No, she was good. Tough win. Bit of creek loomed up, but just didn't quite get there. Pisces just... Ugh.
Oh, that is a complete forgive job.
Yeah, absolutely.
When the stable were coming out prior, I think after the race, last start, going like, didn't even know if he ran 1,400 metres. Well, he ticked that box today. It's like when he gets out to the mile, oof, you can let them go without me.
Absolutely. So complete forgive, but I think Cincinnati, she's a lightly raced filly. For her to do this against the boys, surely she has to measure up against her own sex in the 3-year-old features.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she's up there with the Alianas and the Autumn Glows and the Lady Shenandoahs, but she had some more interest, which is good.
Yeah. And the thing is with her, for whatever reason, even though she's Kiramar trained, she'll be a price to find out. Like, she'll be around that $6 to $8 mark in those features anyway. Now, in the stewards report, Bitter Creek, he was lame in the right hind leg with an abrasion to that leg. So he's actually run out of his skin to get that close. And maybe that was told late because where he challenged Snitsanova, she kicked back. But, if he's 100% fit, he probably goes on very close to win that race. Now the Eclipse Stakes, writing was on the wall for Ain't No Deal Done. He wasn't running in this when it was a heavy track. Hurricane Apulia, he was scratched as well.
Yeah, so jumped on Poison Chalice.
That was a tough
There was some tough ones yesterday. There really was. Loomed up, yeah, and then just got pipped on the line. Yeah, so that's right. It just was my day, and that's fine.
Yeah, New Energy, hell of a ride by Mark Zahra.
Yeah, well, he fully marked.
Yeah.
Mark Zahra, I love Mark Zahra, as you know, we both do. But I feel like when he beats me, I like in the Manicato, for example, in Southport Tycoon, like you know when you've been marked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it hurts. Yeah. You're just like, Mark got me again. Yep. Fair enough. Sorry, brother. Yep. I'll never. Sorry, brother. But yeah, that hurt.
He pled guilty to a charge of careless riding in this race as well.
Of course he did.
Like there was a gap there, but whew, it was tight.
Yeah.
I was breathing in. My asshole puckered. Now, the Zipping Classic 2400 metres Group 2 Wave for Age, Arapaho absolutely brained him. He won a Tancred, I believe, on a heavy track a couple of years ago. You know, Caulfield first time. I was watching the broadcast and Richo was terrified of the Caulfield first time. Absolutely handled it, no issues.
The 8-year-old gelding. Arapaho got the chockies. Yeah, just 2,400 metres for the first time, I think, since the Tancred on a heavy deck. Like, yeah, in hindsight, an easy bet to have. I jumped off Kingswood and actually ended up getting on Barkley, but he was well beaten in the third.
But he also missed the start, so that doesn't help. And he was rattling home quite nicely.
I know, mate. I know.
Yeah.
But nothing was beating Arapaho in this race, so that's fine.
And there was significant with Muramasa coming out, too many deductions for mine, but there was significant deductions in this race. I think it might have been about 10%.
Yeah, but the bookies determine the deductions themselves. So each bookie has different deductions.
I thought that was supposed to be like a blanket thing that happened like 2 years ago. What happened to that? Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, no, they determine their own deductions, mate. It's bullshit. Yeah. Just like now they're screwing down the place markets massively.
Yeah.
And so the sport, not
Team Blue,
not the team which we support, Team Blue. They were the first to do it, and everyone's just single file in line following them. It's disgusting, mate.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Barclay Square was $10 when we were talking about him. So he started $5.50. So there was significant market support for him, but the deductions on that was sickening. Kevin Heffernan, were you stoked when Wellwall just stormed past Arkansas Kid?
I was happy. I was very happy because I could just tell Tuvalu just wasn't going to do anything, and I was just like, if this thing wins, I'll be absolutely disgusting myself. He's had the world's longest prep, Arkansas Kid.
Yeah, I know.
He's been up for so long. Yeah. Clearly, he loves the going. I think that's the biggest thing that was in his favour.
Yeah.
But Wellwall, I didn't realise it was Wellwall's first run for Price Kent.
Yep.
So, yeah, sometimes change of stable just comes up trumps.
But he also won first up for Chris Waller in the autumn. Wellwall. So he's proved. That's why I kind of gave me a little mention on Wednesday, because that kind of stuck in my mind. I'm like, you're kidding, this thing? That kind of stuck in my mind. And did I have a bet on the $21 on offer? Unfortunately not. I had it on Warney, who was well beaten.
Shane.
Yeah, so the great Shane Keith. And at Wait for Age, this early, I think that's a bit beyond him. But I think he could measure up in easily at Group 2, Group 3 level, potentially like handicap level at Group 1, but that's possibly a bit beyond him.
Yeah, he's lightly raced. He's a stallion. So, there might be significant improvement if he gets the...
Yeah.
With these sort of horses, like if I was the owner of Warney, if I was Kieran Maher, I'd be like, is this realistically... Is this going to hamper his performance as a racehorse? Yes. Okay, well, let's snip him because bro's not standing at stud anymore. Anywhere.
Yeah.
Unlike his namesake. He stood at stud his entire life.
into the global stallion, Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere. Did one of his great, all of his work.
I think his standing fee was, what was it, 700 and something did he get?
Yeah.
How many wickets did he get?
708.
708, that's right. Didn't he have like a gin called 708 or something like that? Yeah, that's
Clubs. Mate,
that was his standing fee, 708 grand.
Rose Hill, we were texting each other at the earlier in the day. You sent me your Sydney set, which was good. Said to you immediately, have a Quinella with my thing or the Sources thing rather, in the second. That salutes at 15-1, which is brilliant. Thankful I got on that, which was good. But I had a healthy bet on Miss Rebel, and she looked gone, and then she kicked back. I'm like,
yeah,
just nudge it out. No.
Yeah, no, the Quincy was jam. I didn't get on the Quincy. I just had it on the winner. But yeah, one of my few for the day.
You were on DriftNet, weren't you?
I was.
Oh, that was sick.
Yeah, it was.
That was disgusting.
Yeah, there's a few of them. I was on DriftNet, just loomed up, and then had a massive think about it. As soon as it hit the front, it was just like floating. And how did Redbreast fight back and win?
Know.
How did that happen?
No idea.
Off the canvas. Yeah. What a win.
Yeah. One of the great benchmarks, 78 wins for the
it really was. It really was.
I thought it was interesting that Nick Ryan took a couple to Sydney. I thought Hurricane was a nice play. Finishes third, rattling home at 15-1. But, it wasn't meant to be. Of course, the Waller runner wins. Belvedere Boys was jam.
Yeah, that was jam.
But, Periel. Oh, my God. Perret? Is that how... I don't know.
Is it Periel or is it Perret?
Perret?
Like with silent L's? I don't know.
Whatever this horse's name is for Godolphin. Oof. Godolphin had a rough day, yes.
They had a rough day, and therefore your boy had a rough day. Yeah. Because I backed like every single thing they had, I was on it.
Inside going, probably not the best. But no way it was beating Eagle Nest. And it was frustrating because we thought that this thing was a good winning chance at 8-1. Getting into $3, I was like, $3.50. I'm like, yeah, I'm still happy to have a play there, but it wasn't $8 on offer.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't, unfortunately. Yeah. No, it was a good win. It was a good win by Eagle Nest.
Yeah. Now, Private Eye. He brained him, mate.
He brained him.
Barra 14. Who would have thought Nash gets on with this horse?
60.5 kilos. Oh, it's just funny. Like, you imagine the amount of punters, like God bless them, who are on him so many times this prep, and then they jumped off. Oof. And he salutes at what? You could get 6s and 7s around about him.
Mate, he was $9.50 SP.
Oh,
so when you offered $60 during the week, I wish I took some of that.
Chips in on that.
But you said I think we were like, he's $6. You said he should be 60, so he was $6 drifting out to $9.50. So the market didn't like him either.
Yeah. Oh, he put him away. It's just frustrating because he obviously showed enough as a sprinter to justify training him in that way. So I won't take anything away from Joe Pride. Like if you're placing an Everest literally this time last year, it's like, well, okay. But it's a shame because what could this guy have been doing in our mile ranks, which are significantly thinner, and the prize money's pretty good for a lot of those features. I'm sure he could have RMP'd a few of them. So it'll be interesting to see what Joseph decides to do with him in the autumn. Clearly based on that, you leave Nash on and you aim him at a mile race as his grand final.
All-Star Mile.
Yeah.
Perfect race for him.
Perfect race for him. He's a 7-year-old, so he doesn't have much racing left in him, but he's got another 12 months, surely.
Yeah. Absolutely. And, that was his, I'm assuming, 41st start for his 12th win. Phenomenal at this level. Outstanding. He's just been mistrained, which is harsh to say when he's got a run rate like that. But he could be in the conversation with one of the best milers in the country, I believe, if he was trained like that, you know? Not necessarily as a sprinter.
I agree. I was on Mighty Ulysses. I was trying to get my money back from Derby Day, and Julie did not salute.
Yeah.
He loomed up a little bit, but just found a few better.
Yeah, I was on Coast Watch. Never in it. Yeah, you know what else with Private Eye as well? I remember hearing Joe say that, you know, on rain-affected ground, this horse is not as affected. Well, I think he kind of proved that wrong yesterday.
But I don't get why he thinks that. Because his record's okay on soft ground, isn't it?
Well, he's beaten 3 lengths on a heavy 10 all-age stakes, which that was some of the heaviest ground I've ever seen. Like, that was the one that Magic Time won. He was beaten 16 lengths. Forget he went around in that I Wish I Win TJ. He got pummeled at the top of the straight.
Yeah.
Before that, he was beaten 19th out of 20 in a Doncaster, but he was lame out of that. So it's like, okay, you forgive that. And yeah, before that, so he's had a few runabouts on heavy ground and soft ground, but I don't know. I've always kind of had the opinion that he kind of gets through it. But anyway, Joe fucking knows the horse better than us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
he does, mate. Yeah.
The ATC Cup, 2,000 metres listed. Townsend finished third. Wow. Oh, he was beaten 5 lengths.
He was beaten 5 lengths.
Yeah,
so,
right.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. State of America. I was contemplating this like actually during the run, because I was like, ugh, this horse doesn't really have a soft track profile, and I'm taking a shorter price in this race compared to what he was in a benchmark 78 on Derby Day on good ground. I was like, oh, I had a very small bet on him, but I was like, oh, it's just not quite adding up to me.
No. Yeah, obviously I was very keen on Townsend Drifters, and it's just funny because I was on floating last start, and he ran second to Townsend, and I swapped my bet around, and guess who wins floating? Like $8. It's just that's just how it was for me yesterday.
Yep.
But he was a smart winner. I think the going obviously helped him, and he ran super last start. He ran second, so. It's just yeah.
And then Jewelry in the last was, that was one of the worst.
How many have you counted for us?
Yeah, heaps.
For me, at least, there was like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, God.
Well,
Mahaba, Poison Chalice.
Yeah,
Driftnet.
Yeah, that was tough. For me, the 3 that really hurt me yesterday was Mahaba.
That hurt.
Top of the tree. Jewelry not far behind, and Berkeley Square in a way. But all 3 of them jumped slow. I was like, oh. So it's like, but I didn't read them like that, you know? It's like, they should have all been a bit closer, but, Jewelry, she just never had a chance at them. It was just tough.
It was a tough day. It was very...
Yeah.
I was eating humble pie left, right and centre yesterday, Drifters.
Yeah.
You get that on the big jobs. I was just glad Iron Man didn't win, because I was an Iron Man last start. So I'm glad he didn't win.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, we're entering the last week.
The last melon.
For us. What do we have next week? The Kingston Town?
The Northerly? Is that what it's called now?
I don't know.
I think it's called the Northerly now.
Okay.
Yeah, 1,800 metres.
Let's have a look. It'll be all the railway horses, right? That's how they do it.
Yes. I think attrition's heading over there as well.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The Northerly Stakes. Attrition's your $6 favourite. Light Infantry Man at 7s. Storyville 7s. Democracy Manifest, after finishing about 4th last, is $8. Sox Nation at 9s with Super Smink. Olympic Park at 15s. Casino 17s and Zipaway at 17s. September Born 21s. Seems like a big price. Bustler, Gringotts, Let's Gallivant, Mojo Rhythm, Numerian at 26s, and then longer the rest.
That's a tough race.
Yeah.
Really
it's
tough race.
$6 the market, the field.
Like attrition's probably the one for me, but like he's not a bet that I would go in confidently with.
Yeah.
You know, because he can mix his form, attrition.
Yeah.
At his best, I think he'd put him away, but
I would have liked to have backed Western Empire in this race.
yeah. Yeah. What was he doing in that race?
I don't know.
Didn't make any sense. The Prince liked him.
Yeah.
And the Prince knows more than us about WA racing.
Yep. He helped me out earlier in the day. His best of the day just won at 2-1. Pikey won the last yesterday. That was important.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I wasn't on.
Yeah.
I was done my dough by then.
Yeah. But yeah, tough race, but it's definitely on the scoreboard. Team East Coasters absolutely having their way.
Absolutely. Speaking of East Coast, we have a runner on the East Coast today.
I keep forgetting about this. Race 5, number 4, I believe. Second at Portsea.
Favourite?
Yeah, after severe deductions.
Yeah.
But 1,800 metres, heavy 9 at the Sunny Coast.
She gets through it. She's got Damien Thornton back aboard, which I think is an enormous tick for the horse.
Yeah.
They get along super.
Yeah.
They get along super. Look, I think she can win today. She's about $3, depending on who you bet with. And, you know, obviously you can dive in if you want drifters, but like it might just be for me.
Like, I think it's a 6 or 7 horse field. Hopefully she won't be leading.
That didn't make any sense. On a heavy deck, and they were doing like sub 11.5 sectionals on it. What is going on?
Yeah. Blinkers off this time, so honestly I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
So if I'm having a bet, it's purely out of love for the horse.
She owes us nothing still. Still owes us nothing.
I think if she wins today, if the reports from the bloodstock agent Benny Pacer are correct, she ticks over 200 grand in prize money today if she wins.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And
That's
he's already laid out our plan for next week.
He loves it, mate. He loves it. He's building a little stable.
Yeah.
Bloodstock betting.
Good on him.
Yeah, good on him.
Well, yeah. Next week, last week of the podcast for the year.
We need to figure out if we're recording on the Wednesday or not. But the drifters don't care about that.
Yep.
They'll learn.
Yeah.
They'll learn. We all learn, you know? It's a big learning experience.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. All right. Podcast will be out sometime next week. But yeah, until then, we'll see you then.
Catches.